The 14th of September 2010, 8:49 p.m. Indianapolis, Indiana. I went outside to smoke a cigarette and was looking at the sky because I saw some strange things the past few nights. I reported the airplane-like thing last night. What was even more strange was after I reported it, I went back outside to smoke again and see if I could see anything else. When I was about to go outside, I started feeling very nervous. Although I shouldn't have been. Not normal for me to be so nervous. I felt like someone was watching me. I went back inside because I didn't like the feeling, but I still, even with my windows blinds closed and doors locked, I felt very eerie feeling. Then my dog started going nuts, barking and growling and whining. He went and sat in front of the door and whined for about 20 minutes. Note: my dog is deaf, so couldn't have been from something he heard. I then took him outside and he started sniffing around our front yard, whining and growling at the same time. Very unusual. We went back inside, and he stayed by the door until my fiancé got home and we went to bed. After that experience, I thought I would watch the stars again tonight while outside smoking, and I just happened to see what I thought again looked like the North Star but brighter and on the opposite side of the sky, towards the west. It had all the qualities of the North Star but brighter and closer. It was not moving. I thought this was strange cause I haven't seen this bright of a star and there wasn't a star in that location last night. Then to the south I saw something that looked like a plane again without any blinking lights, moving across the sky, so I went inside to get my camera. I came back outside, with my 7-year-old son, and tried to find the moving object again while recording on my camera. I couldn't get my camera to focus on it. This is just a regular Canon digital camera. Not anything high-tech, so not very good quality. I did however get the camera to focus on the bright star-like light to the east. I am uploading the video. It shows at about 1 minute 25 seconds into the recording. This was about 10 minutes till 9 p.m. Indiana Daylight Savings Time. After a few minutes, I went back inside to put my son to bed. 10 minutes later, after my son was in bed, I went back outside to look again, but the light was gone. I took a few seconds of video focused on the area where it had been. I am uploading this video as well. Well, having trouble uploading the videos, so I will try to attach them later.
The 26th of September 2010, 3 p.m. Indianapolis, Indiana. I captured a black dot UFO on video from a video cam attached to a radio-controlled airplane. I did not see anything when flying the RC plane. But when reviewing the video, I found it twice, approximately in same location in sky as the plane did 2 passes. I was out looking for a downed RC airplane I had lost earlier this week. I attached a video camera to my plane to circle over the area to see if I could find my downed airplane. Looks like debris at first until you see the video frame by frame and then see it in same spot as plane circles around for next pass. I have tried to debunk it, but the video is clear and movement of plane shows the dot is actually in the same area above the RC plane. You just have to see the video for yourself. I know you will think it is just a flake of dust at first like I did, but then see it frame by frame and see that it is by far not dust but an object in the sky. Like I said, I did not see it in sky when flying the plane. I also did not pay much attention to it at first. Instead I blew past it thinking it was debris and went looking for my RC plane in the video. I found a couple of white specks, thinking they could be my downed plane, and went back out to the field. Turns out the specks were plants in a plastic bag. But when I was out there I noticed a military helicopter flying over. I didn't pay much attention to them. I went back home to do a slower, closer look at the footage, still looking for my RC airplane. And that is when I seen it. I was surprised, asked my MTHER to come see it. She didn't know what to think. I then moved the footage forward to see if the second pass may have found my RC airplane, and there it was again. That is when I knew I caught something significant. I sent an email to you guys and took video camera back out to field. Third time out at field, I found a couple of teenagers who had been out there during all of this making out in their car. They are in video. I decided not to bother them. I then seen another helicopter, flying really low and slow. I caught it on video. The pilot looked at me, turned and looked at passenger and looked back at me. The copter almost turned around but instead kept going. I sent my plane back up. I didn't catch anything in sky this time, but when I landed the plane the kids were leaving. I waved them over and talked to them. I told them what I found on the video and asked them if they seen anything. They said they didn't. Then we heard a boom. It startled us. They said what was that. I wasn't sure, but thought it may have been the plane because I smelled smoke and realized I landed the plane, but the motor was trying to spin because I had pushed up the throttle on the radio. I said goodbye to the teenagers and went to pick my plane. The ESC was burnt up but the video was still rolling. I figured I would watch that footage and see what happened when the ESC exploded, and that was the funny thing, there was no boom recorded. The video shows the smoking from it overheating and that's it. I am not transferring this video over the internet. Thanks. Name removed.
The 10th of October 2010, 1:01 a.m. Indianapolis, Indiana. We were driving through a neighborhood off on Thompson Road, at approximately 1:01 a.m. and seen a blue circular object in the sky, and we immediately stopped the car. The object was spinning and dipping up and down in the sky, which is what caught me off guard. I had no idea what it was. It would turn blue for about 20 seconds, then flash red and white for about 5 seconds and change back to blue. As we all started talking, we were thinking it was a plane, but we then realized that planes do not go that fast and crazy throughout the sky, and that is when we all said UFO at the same time. We tried to follow the object, and we eventually lost it, because it was moving so quick. It looked as if it went straight back up into the sky. I was shocked. It was one of the coolest, yet scariest things I had ever seen. We immediately called and reported it to a radio station.
The 8th of October 2010, 6:45 p.m. Indianapolis, Indiana. This is very similar to this event. Link moved to additional evidence section below. However, I want to add that it appeared to be moving slower than the relative speed of other aircraft in the sky. There were at least 4 commercial jets flying overhead, all with contrails. It did not have a contrail. It did not make any noise. I believe the orange glow that I saw, which is also in the other reports, was from the sunlight, as the sun was hanging below my horizon, but it was brighter than other aircraft. My first thought was that it was a satellite, but it was too early in dusk. It came from the southwest and was moving northeast for a few minutes. I turned away to answer the waitress and looked back. It was gone. It shouldn't have been gone, as when I turned away it was near the center of the sky. I continued looking for it over the next 20 to 30 minutes to no avail. 1. Sitting outside having dinner at a restaurant. 2. It was slightly brighter than other aircraft, reflecting the sun's light, as it was near dusk. I didn't see any wings, hear any noise from it, and it was the only object without contrails. 3. Blimp. 4. See above. 5. Irrelevant, but observed it in curiosity. 6. See above.
The 13th of February 2011, 10:25 p.m. Indianapolis, Indiana. I was sitting at the computer in the kitchen, which looks into my backyard, reading the news online when the most brilliant and beautiful blue-green light lit up my backyard. It only lasted a few seconds, but it made me feel warm and was the most gorgeous thing I had ever seen in my life. It reminded me of water you see on resort brochures. It was so pretty. Afterwards I just felt this longing to see it again. I still feel that way.
The 13th of February 2011, 10:25 p.m. Indianapolis, Indiana. I went outside to smoke and was facing the eastern sky. I saw what I thought to be a shooting star, yellowish in color. It seemed faster than a normal shooting star. As it streaked down at an angle, suddenly as it hit an approximate altitude, instead of the normal burnout disappearance, the speed slowed to half, and it suddenly moved horizontally until I could no longer see it due to structures in my view. No way that was a shooting star. No way it was any known aircraft. The speed and change in direction were extremely apparent. I was excited and my heart was racing the instant its speed and direction were noted. I ran inside to tell others what I had just seen.
The 10th of May 2011, 9:39 p.m. Indianapolis, Indiana. I was going to lock my car up for the night that was parked in the road. I got to the end of my driveway and looked at the night sky. I love looking at the stars. I looked up and saw what looked like a shooting star, so I paused to look, but I realized it wasn't because it didn't burn up like one. And on the leading tip was a rapid flashing light. I couldn't look away or move. It had to be super far up in the sky, and it was traveling at a very fast speed. It traveled the whole night sky in at least 5 seconds. Much faster than a plane. Its tail end looked like a shooting star, but it couldn't have been because it was flashing. Then it disappeared as fast as it came.